Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On Wednesday, April 16th, Thought Space Athletics is dropping one of my favorite fairway drivers, which is the Votum in two different plastics. We got the Glow plastic and we got the Plume plastic. How do they fly? I don't know. We're gonna go test them out in a field and on the course. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The Votum is a nice fairway driver coming in at 7502. One of my favorite backhand and forehand discs. I bag a couple of these. One of the ones I bag is a Glow one, and we got a nice new run of Glow Votems coming out on April 16th. But Thought Space is introducing a new run, which is in Plume plastic. Now, if you don't know Plume, it's basically Fission plastic. So this is lightweight plastic. I believe this one is 156 grams. So if you're a slow arm speed and you like the Votum, this is going to be a great disc for you. I imagine the Glow is going to be pretty beefcake, as the last couple runs have been. So we got an understable version, overstable version, at least in theory. But we're going to go test it on the course, see how it throws. Let's go. So we're going to throw these in a field first, and then we'll head out to the course. This Glow Votum, it's got a little bit of dome to it, pretty flat though. The Glow Votum is a disc that I put in my bag, and it kind of acts kind of like a Firebird, like a mild version of a Firebird in my disc. So let's see how this new run throws. Nice and flat. Oh, dead straight with a little fade at the end. Oh, I love it. Okay, definitely off the get-go. Doesn't feel quite as overstable as the older runs, but that was a beautiful flight. Did you see how it went nice and straight? A little bit of a fade at the end. That's basically a Votum. Now, haven't thrown the Plume before. I'm imagining it's gonna be pretty understable just because it's lightweight, but there's one way to find out. Okay, first off, this is definitely way domier than that Glow one. So who knows how this is gonna fly. Oh yeah, definitely more understable for sure. All right, there we go. So the Glow one definitely flies like a Votum. The Plume one definitely doesn't fly like our traditional Votems. Those of you who like lightweight plastic discs, you know we don't get too many lightweight plastic discs out there. And these Votems, this is the first time we've had them in this type of plastic and this lightweight. So you guys definitely need to make sure you snatch these up if you really like that plastic. I feel like a lot of you beginners, slower arm speeds out there, you're gonna really love this Votum and Plume plastic. It's gonna kind of be like a little bit more stable version of a Mantra, but we're just talking like a slight little bit more stable. All right, so I mentioned I love throwing Votems on backhands, but I also love throwing them sidearm too. They can really handle the torque, super reliable. I have a Glow one to do my overstable shots, and then I have an Ethos version that kind of handles my flip up to flat, dead straight, forehand shots. I imagine this Plume one, with how flippy it is gonna be a nice little flip up to hyzer flat shot, but there's one way to find out. Let's try it. All right, so we're gonna release this on a nice little hyzer, see how she flips up. Oh my goodness, okay. I threw that really low, but that turned into a thrower really quick. All right, guys, Plume Votum equals flippy. All right, now let's try our Glow Votum. I'm just gonna release this nice and flat. I anticipate it's gonna have a nice overstable finish. Oh, wow, okay. Definitely a lot straighter than I anticipated, okay. All right, guys, so the Plume one is definitely flippy. The Votum in Glow plastic is just a Votum. It's not quite as overstable as some of our other runs that we've had with the Votum, which honestly, I really kind of dig that. Okay, let's take these out to the course and throw them. Let's go. All right, guys, out here at Dry Creek, we're playing hole number 7, which is 300 feet. I'm gonna show you two different routes to get pretty close to the basket. We're gonna take this Plume, since it's super flippy, lay it nice and flat, have it turn over, end up to the right, because the basket's kind of on the right side there. And then we're gonna do a little forehand action with the Glow Votum. All right, let's start with this nice Plume Votum here, nice and flippy. We're just gonna lay it nice and flat over here, and it should have plenty of turn to get us over there. Wow, lots of turn. Yeah. Okay, we're in bounds. Still haven't quite got that angle dialed in. Should have been a little bit higher, but wow. See how flippy that is? This is a flippy boy. Now let's do a nice little forehand action. Might put a little anhyzer on it just to get a little extra distance, and then it should be stable enough to finish on the right. Oh. Okay, well, okay, I think in my field test I said that this one's not quite as overstable as the other runs of Glow. All right, that right there proves it. All right, so these Votems are definitely different than some of my Votems I've had before. That Plume is super flip dog. You guys are gonna love it if you got slower arm speeds out there. I mean, snatch these up. And then the Glow Votum, I gotta say, it's flying nice and straight, just like kind of comparable to my Ethos Votems. 280 straight uphill. This is a great hole for a nice flippy disc. Kind of curious to see how this Plume Votum does on this hole. If I can release it on a hyzer, get it to flip up and go flat, we should be getting parked up there. Oh, flipped up to flat, turn a little bit. Oh my gosh, get through there. Field goal, park job, hit the pole. Wow. All right, guys, this Plume Votum might be super flippy, but wow, what a great flip up hyzer woods disc. Wow, guys, check this out. Nice park job with the Plume Votum. All right, this might be one of my new favorite in the woods flip up drivers. Let's go. All right, next hole here. This is a perfect one. If you can pump something straight, finish a little bit to the left, you should be golden. So we're gonna try to do that in two different ways. This Plume one, let's see if we can do what we did on the last hole, get the flip up to flat, and then maybe finish straight. And then we're gonna try to pump on this Glow one, see if we can go dead straight. And then bonus would be if we can finish to the left. All right, Plume up first on a nice little hyzer shot. Oh my goodness, that is so buttery in the woods, and it finishes to the left. That's great. And the fact that it's Plume, I felt like I didn't really need to put 95% on it. That was kind of like an 80% shot, flipped up to flat. Guys, this Plume Votum is becoming one of my favorites. All right, now the Glow one's been flying pretty true to like my Ethos one, so we're just gonna lay this nice and flat. Wow. Okay, that didn't end up how I wanted it to, but did you see how laser straight that went? Yeah, these Glow Votems, laser straight. Well, guys, this Plume put me probably in the best spot I've ever been in on this hole. Now we're left with a nice little forehand shot. The Glow Votum is going to be perfect for this forehand. So let's see if you can do a nice little standstill forehand and get us somewhere close to the basket, which is behind all these trees. Oh, that is great. Flare skip. Yes. All right, Glow Votum for the win on that one. Well, I guess the Plume kind of helped us out on the tee too. Fantastic drive by the Plume. Fantastic forehand shot by the Glow. All right, let's do one more hole and we'll close this out. Okay, final hole we're gonna play here. It's 540 par 4. You got two routes you can pick. If you go to the right of that little Bradford pair in the middle, you can kind of set yourself up with a nice forehand shot. Whereas if you go nice and left with like a more stable disc, it opens up for a nice turnover backhand shot. So we're gonna try both routes with these two discs. This one, we're gonna try to go skinny route on the right. Feel like this should be a nice flip up hyzer shot. And then this one's a little bit more stable. We're gonna lay it nice and flat at that Bradford pair and then see it finish to the left. All right, let's go with the Glow guy first. Nice and flat, and oh wow. Guys, this Votum is fantastic. Ethos Votum is by far my favorite. Now, if only Thought Space Athletics could come out with a Ethos Soft Votum that has a sick skeet design stamp on it, and maybe it's connected to Part-Time Disc Golf, and it would be available at Disc Golf Deals USA on April 23rd. Dude, that would be sick. All right, now let's try the Plume Votum. Nice hyzer flip shot going to the right of that tree. Wow, that flips up so nicely. Finish to the left. Oh, I am in love with this disc. Guys, this Plume Votum is becoming one of my favorites. Now, these Votems are gonna be released April 16th, so make sure you set your reminders for that. These discs are both fantastic. I can easily see myself bagging both of these, but I love having the flippy Votum in the Plume. This new Glow Votum is nice and straight, guy. And then my old Glow Votum is nice and overstable. What a great combo. All right, Plume Votum put us in a great spot over there. Just a nice little easy touch pitch up shot for the Glow Votum. Now let's try this one. We're in an equal spot here. All we gotta do is punch something straight. If we can get it a little height on it, that would be great too. End up near the basket would be perfect. Nice little forehand with the Glow Votum. Perfect. That's gonna be a little to the right, but let's go. Inside circle. Absolute park job with that Votum Glow sidearm shot. Guys, these two discs are fantastic. These are both going directly in my bag. Now this Plume Votum, at least for my arm speed, I'm not gonna wanna throw it in a field when there's any wind, but man, in the woods on a hyzer, this thing is easy money, gets you down the fairway really quick, and good straight flying glow plastic Votum right here, super money. Hey guys, April 16th, that's when you wanna check these out. Head on over to Disc Golf Deals USA. You can use my code, it'll save you 10%. All right, until I see you guys next time, peace out.